Welcome back to Astro Colony, and this is Hybridsteel, and today I've got to redo my entire ship, and I'm not even joking. Things are getting too squishy, things are getting like compact, and I recorded a video to do these. It was like, yes, I can build fusion tank, I can do this, it's gonna be awesome. And then I realized how much stuff I needed to actually make this, and it is like everything's getting really compact now. It's getting stupid. So with the extra production up there with the nuclear rods coming in, because we have a smelter here to make ore into rods, and then the ore can power the generators, everything now works at 100%. Now the best part about everything working at 100% is that means this is all working. It's brilliant, it's fantastic. The downside to everything working at 100% is it's all working far too quickly, which means everything can't catch up with itself, and when it does, it creates massive bottlenecks. Now, I've mentioned this before a couple of times in previous videos that I have bottlenecks going into my storage, I have bottlenecks coming out of here, things can't get produced quickly enough, and it's screwing me over. My main issue is the collection point. Where I've got my asteroid collectors and mashers up one end, these are collecting random elements, and I need a way of sorting this out and chucking it into the right department and doing other things properly. Now I've got 3 water generators down here generating a small amount of water. The thankfully is going up a little bit, but it's still a very slow process. The problem I do have is that if I had a bigger platform to be able to do this, I'd be able to get more water supplies, and I'd be able to support the elements out with these. So as you can see, bottlenecks just occur here because this is spaghetti junction of conveyor belts. The other thing that I have is that I have the upgraded conveyor belt ability. If I go into my K model and go into path, I have the conveyor belt pro. I don't want to take my entire platform apart just to move the conveyor belt. So what I have to do is destroy everything. And if I destroy everything and start again, I can plan this out better to be more productive of the things that I really need. That's pretty much that's the entire plan. I'm literally going to be scrapping 99% of my platform and going from there. And welcome back to MTS Platformius. And yeah, so the only thing I've got sort of incoming now is anything that comes from over there. That's literally all I've got. All of this material is everything that I used to own. That's pretty much it. I'm literally destroying everything that I ever put into here. All of my warehouses, everything is all going in here. I've still got all this stuff to chuck in here as well. And basically what I'm doing is I'm recycling everything to start from scratch. The plus side to starting from scratch means that I've got all this extra stuff just kicking about, and it means I can start restructuring. I mean, if I just base it off my main central area, so this would be central point, which is fine. If you get it, basically I'm just trying to zone things off so everything looks a little bit more nicer and neater and more structured. I'm going to work from one smelter at a time. So let's say with this one produces titanium rods. Titanium rods go into a specific manufacturing process, and then we go from there. So I just move everything in, move it all around, do the okie dokie and a turnaround. So what I'm going to do first off then is I'm actually going to stop this, and I'm just going to chase all the conveyor belts down and get them all out. Righty dokie. So we've got pretty much our entire water supply set up now, apart from going straight up to the kitchen. That's the only place I need to go now. So I'm actually going to come off of here. I'm going to come off this pipe. That's going to go this way, this way. There we go. Yay! Finally got water joined up once again. So what I've done here is, so far, it may not look like it's changed, but things have changed. The order of things have changed. On the left hand side, so far we've got ice production. So these are just focusing on pulling ice. Anything that gets split off, so ice is going to go down this ramp, everything else is going across this conveyor belt into that portal cabin for now, because I haven't decided what I'm doing with the rest of it. So what we have down here is we have 3 water supplies constantly being pulled in now. So that's not bad. It just means we've got lots of things. Now, because this one's going to be at the end, I'm just going to whack all of my ice in there. So that's got like 3,000. That's going to keep it going for the rest of its entire life, which is amazing. It's all good. Yeah, so ice is literally just going to come down here. I might even wall this off and just leave it aside for now, because for what I need it for right now, it's just for farming in the kitchen, and that's basically all it's used for. Worst comes to worst is I need some more later on. I can extend my ship off a different way, or I can pull this conveyor belt, bring off another asteroid collector, and we could just keep going backwards. So it just means that this bit just keeps going that way and so on until I don't need water anymore. So that was the main reason why I wanted to redo this, mainly because everything was getting confused, everything was getting like conjuncted up, and it was getting horrible, and there was just no point in doing stuff. So now I've got water supplied done. Oxygen is in this place and it's all right. Basically, whatever I'm going to be putting through here, let's say it's iron, all iron has to go down through here, and then every other element gets pushed along. Carbon, I think carbon might actually be this one I'm going to aim for, because some of the stuff I need for water is with carbon as well, and we can move that production a little bit further down. And then it's iron and copper, which are the main productives, which we would bring down to this middle section, bring in some smelters and so on and so forth. Currently it's just, we're getting there, it's just now I've sorted the water side of things out. I don't need water anymore, I can focus on something else. So what I will do for now is I'll just leave it like that, but that just means where this is here will go down here, and then we're done. The only reason why I wanted to work this out roughly with the black conveyor belts is because I'm going to be deleting them all off and then bringing in the pro conveyor belts, which basically move a lot faster. But I'm at the moment, I'm happy with the ice one. I'm going to redo that now, and then we're all good. And then yeah, moving on to whatever element that is. Well, so I'm back, and as you can see, we've changed it up a little bit. We've brought in conveyor belts. So as you can see, unfortunately, you know, I mean, I've changed a lot of the belts over to the green ones now, so we've got ultimate power, which is good. But at the same time, it's more of a sort of, I'd say it's more of a hollow victory right now. The main reason why I say it's a hollow victory is because I've still got so much more to do. But I just need to put the power into these asteroid collectors. I know people are just like, yeah, but you did all this before. It's like, yes, I know I did. But I'm working this out from beginning to like manufacturing end, which is a bit more of a pain in the bum, because the way I had it before was just fit it in where I could, as I could, and not really have much of like a thought structure behind it. So with this one needing iron plate, what we can do is this conveyor belt is going to be my main feeding belt. I'm going to have this running through like backwards through the plant, so I'm probably just going to have like another plate, another conveyor belt running down here, and it will join this one. And then if I need iron into this one, so I'll click here and I'll go iron plate is needed here, and then iron plate will just shuffle its way into here, and that's good. Now what I've had to do is I've had to use all these one-way directional diodes, and the reason why is because everything sort of goes its own funny way. So gold goes in there, that's good. So I didn't balls up, that's just me overthinking things. Right, so we've got iron. If iron comes off, iron goes down this conveyor belt, joins the back of the queue and gets to here, and then iron shoots down this conveyor belt down into here on, okay? And then if iron does come down this middle conveyor belt, I don't know why it would, but if it did, then it would end up down here as well. It's not going to, so it's fine. These two conveyor belts are less filtered. It's mainly just for copper, because everything else is going to end up in here. So we've got copper and gold coming off of here as well. And then, yeah, basically, if anything else comes off, I've split it up so nothing goes astray. So that's not a bad way to do things, unfortunately. I mean, the downside is, well, it's a bit of a spaghetti junction. The plus side is it's working, which means even if I was to upgrade the amount of like asteroid collectors that are up there, they will all follow the same rule. I'll probably leave this as a central belt, and I'll just extend this way and have like another 3 of each and go from there. This is where it gets a little bit funky, because now we're going to need things for my lab. We're going to need everything. So if I was to put this in here as well, we would need iron bars and copper bars. Now I'm pretty confident I've got enough up here of 1981 science, so thankfully I don't need this one anymore. I'm pretty sure engineering is done, so worst comes to worst is I'll find a way of doing it later, but I should be okay. All of this is stuff that's a little bit later through. So when I say a little bit later through, it'll be stuff that comes off of this lot now, but I need it sort of making specific things going a certain way. The other thing that I'll be doing is I need to bring in another smelter, or I start sharing smelter action, which is not too bad. So what we did before was we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 things we can do. All right. Now, the problem with these elements come off of the planetoids, which means I have to mine them before they come into here. I could put that elsewhere. This means that what I would do is this conveyor belt here, which is bringing in all of these elements here. So all of these main elements are finding their way to this storage compartment. Now that's not too bad. So what we would do is we would run this conveyor belt round the back, and it would end up down here. What I can do from here is that these 3 I can split into 3 different sorts of manufacturing. I mean, obviously with uranium we're doing that through a different process anyway, so that's completely fine. When it comes to aluminium, take this one and we could put aluminium into here. So I could do aluminium bars in here, and then we could do titanium rod into here, and then these last 2 could be the quartz and the concrete. and that's not too bad. And then what we can do is we can filter that off as we go. And there we go. Alright, so I've skipped quite a lot of it because at the end of the day, it's all a little bit slow when it comes to redoing an entire base. Yes, it's a little bit more neater and nicer now. Works a little bit better, and in all fairness, with all these brand new green belts that we've got, it's all shiny and new, which is fantastic. So let me just run you through the whole process. What the smeg is going on? Oh, I think I've ballsed up a little bit here. Oh, balls. And that's why. Literally one smegging conveyor belt. Now go. Be happy, be free. Right, so that's all going to work now, hopefully. Look at this. Look at this massive tailback of carbon. Basically, I'm shipping everything out of here. Now, the reason why I'm doing it is because, well, I mean, upping production. Trying to do things properly, you know. So what we've got here is a massive problem at the moment, which this is something I haven't paid attention to because, if I'm going to be honest, yeah, it screwed me up just a little bit. It's going to slow everything down for a little bit, but we'll get there eventually. Now, water is good. Water is life. 807 in there, 63 in there, and 2,900 in there. We're basically running a full water supply right now, which is fine. The only thing I haven't added yet is hydrogen, but I will be doing that very, very shortly. I just needed to make sure it was all working properly. Now, when it came to my lab, I moved my lab a couple of squares over, so it's right up against the back of this conveyor belt, so we had a little bit of space to move things around. We're running 3 of the advanced constructors. This one is making the plates, so that's all good. Then the following one over here is making aluminium plate, electronic parts, and steel screws. Yes, steel screws. And this is my sorting section out as well, so we're all good. And then my last one up here is making metal frames and carbon fiber. Give me a second actually, because we could speed up the process on that. So if I put one there and we do a number 8, and then we screw that one over there and put a 0 there, and now it's going to do a 50-50 split for carbon. That's fantastic. Okay, so now we're doing a 50-50 split with this lot, so half of it doesn't end up down that production line. So we're going to get more carbon in there. Ah, brilliant. Yes, carbon fiber is on its way. So, and that also helps with the tailbacks of all the other stuff we were dealing with. Brilliant. Because there is so much stuff going on here at the moment because of the amount of carbon that's coming off that line, and it's all stalling up because of my fault. It's all going to take some time to get through, but we'll get there eventually. Now, the reason why I've got a backlog, and this is because mainly is because these are the advanced machines. They're working faster than the originals. They're working at 100%, which is amazing, and the conveyor belts are shifting faster, which basically means they're producing more, pushing out more. Unfortunately, at the moment, the way production is, because all of this is new and it's been stacking up material in the background, it's going to take a little while for this to undergo itself. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not really bothered as long as I'm producing a shed ton of stuff, and I really don't care. So there we go. Look, we're producing lots and lots and lots of stuff. It's fine. Then we've got our farmer. We moved our farmer from the center, which used to be here, and now I've put it into a corner, and it's all right. This is literally just going to take a year or two to empty. I really don't care about that as well. And my miners are still mining, which is absolutely amazing. Now, when it comes to, I mean, manufacturing is the only downside. Because we're producing so much now, it's just constant. So all of this will be filtered through. It's going to start working through. So I'm literally pulling elements out of everywhere now just to move them in. We've got enough power. We've got enough power in there as well. This can be turned, actually, well, I've got all this extra stuff now. So all of this stuff is all the stuff I've basically ripped apart from here. I moved the stairs over for the canteen because they were sort of in the way, and this gives me a little bit of more space here. And yeah, I added in another oxygen bubble because I can. I'm not sure how I'm going to keep pushing things forward, but that's the plan, is really to use up the space I've got now, which in there shouldn't be too difficult. Out here shouldn't be too hard either. And then look at ways of expanding. I think the thing that's holding me back a bit is I've surrounded myself with planetoids, and now I've got no room to expand really. So I think for now I just need to empty out all the elements, maybe look into buying more miners and getting all this stuff sorted quicker so we can start pulling off. We'll get there. It's just how it is. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I mean, if you have, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As said, when it comes to the bottlenecks right now, that's just because I'm producing so much stuff. It all clogged up. and it's just sorting through the system. It's going to take time, and I know it, but apart from that, it's all right. So thank you very much for coming by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do on this channel. Until then, thank you very much for kicking back. See you later. Peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Bye bye for now.